Hello, my people. Lady Rose from the USA here. Guys, I just woke up not too long ago. I was just thinking, like, in my sleep. Is that right that people are actually coming from the from Asian countries, from Middle East, from Africa, and are crossing the border to the USA? Is that even a thing? You know, guys, I was super confused when the guys called me and told me about how they are in a Turkey airport stranded because they were going to America, South American countries to cross the border to the USA. And then I went and researched on YouTube. Guess what? It's the truth. People are actually crossing all the borders, all the countries to Turkey, from African countries, from Asia, India, from China, to come to the to South America, and then make their way to Mexico and travel to the USA by foot. Whoa, guys, y'all guys are so strong. I thought that was, those guys were just pulling my legs, but I gave the news that they gave me, the information to you, the travelers, and I went and researched, and so I found there was a family that came from India. So that family actually traveled to Canada. They arrived in Canada peacefully. And then from Canada, they wanted to join their family. Yeah, their family members live here in the USA. So they came, they took their luggages and took their children and tried to cross the border from Canada. They tried to cross Canadian border to the United States of America, going to New York. If you guys never knew, New York has a border with Canada. Yep, New York has a border with Canada, even, yeah. So I was super surprised, but that family was not very lucky. They never made it through the Canadian winter to USA border. So therefore, the police patrol from both sides, from the United States of America and from the Canada, and from the Canadian side, went to search for them, because apparently their families in India called to check to see if this family had crossed the border. So they didn't care anymore to report them to the border patrol so that they could find them. But unfortunately, they found them, and this family was not alive anymore. So there was a baby child, the little tiny baby, who was less than a year old, and there was a baby girl who was a little bit grown, I believe, maybe 7 or 8 years. All of them babies. And their mother and their dad, all of them did not make it. That's very sad, guys. That's very sad. I know you guys are looking for greener pasture, but you gotta do it a better way, guys. There is no impossible. You know, the word impossible has the word I am a possible. Do you see that word that people say it's impossible? There's really no impossible. Nothing is impossible on this planet. And especially nowadays, guys, there is nothing impossible. Do not do that to yourselves. It's not easy and safe to cross those borders that way. And to my brothers and sisters who were also crossing the borders, crossing the sea, the Mediterranean Sea in Europe, crossing to Italy for tomato farming. Those people have no good life either, and most of them are getting deported, and some of them are dying. Guys, it's not worth it. Your life is worth it. You are 25, 26, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. Mostly the 60-year-old kind of don't really try to travel, but it's people till their 50s trying to do that. People, it's dangerous. It's dangerous, my people. It's dangerous. I know life is not easy in those countries. I know life is not easy in Asia. I know life is not easy in Africa. Life is not easy in the Middle East. But guys, do it the better way. Yeah, you know, the countries like a war zones, like Afghanistan, Iraq, all those, Syria, those people, you guys go to United Nations. Talk with the United Nations about resettlement. That's what you call it. Talk about resettlement, guys. Talk about resettlement. You are a legit refugee. You know, there is a convention of Rome in 1951 granted you permission to be a refugee all over the world if you are from the war zone from Africa as well. You qualify to get a refugee status and become a refugee. Do not cross those borders. There is a resettlement. There is the EOM, one or the other one, the abbreviation of the resettlement center for the refugee. Remember that the United Nations signed a convention for the refugees in 1951. Yeah, according to that convention of Rome, you are allowed a refugee status and go out of your country where it's insecure for you and live a better life. You know, just be patient and deal with the protection officers. That's what they call them from the United Nations. They're going to help you travel. Do not try to cross those borders. Crossing the border is not a good thing to do. And the ones crossing the border from Mexico and all those Guadalajara, it's dangerous. Nothing is safe there. There are cartels on those roads. And the people who are really crossing you are not really good people either, because any normal citizen would not do stuff like that. Any normal citizen would be afraid to break any rule, code of law and rules in other countries. What are we teaching our children? Let's keep researching for the visas and save your money, and you're gonna travel peacefully. Do not try to smuggle yourself through the borders. That's not okay. And the ones smuggling those borders with their children, what are you teaching your child? Like it's okay to smuggle people through the border? It's okay to lie? It's okay to steal? Because that's what it turns into. Life is not easy there, guys. Let's build Africa Charity so we could help you guys. So we could start small businesses for y'all guys around the world. Let's do the work. In the Bible, it says if you do not work, you can't eat. So guys, let's work together so we could eat. Let's subscribe to Africa Charity. Let's bring our friends. Let's bring everyone to subscribe here. Okay? So we could get that money and start helping y'all guys. We might build some small business for you in your country, and that business could help you and take you out of this poverty and have you be willing to work in your country and not wanting to leave your country like most people are doing in a dangerous way. The only way we can do that, the only way we can get money to help you is through your subscriptions. Subscribe. Share my videos. Okay? Subscribe and share my videos so we could get that money to help y'all. I'll talk to y'all.